Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to the Doki Doki Literature Club Purist mod. Last time, we got through with this lovely young lady here, Natsuki. And then we met with Monica, who said...
Did you come for business or pleasure?
That essentially, that none of this matters, and to give it up. But I say no way. So now we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, start up on the next girl. And hopefully I can just start it off from this save, so I'll meet you back whenever I get to something new. Okay, well, I guess you can probably guess who I'm going for this time around. Anyways, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. So, Portrait of Markov confirmed. I don't know. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. It's been a while since I played the original. Crap. I've been spotted. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. And then it's as though time itself has stopped. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I didn't mean to stalk you. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Oh, you know, because there was a sale going on, and I like having multiple copies of everything. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. For no particular reason. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. And it's probably for the best. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. If you say so, Yuri. Is that so? What's it about, anyways? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover, possibly like the tattoo Count Olaf has on his ankle. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Yeah, that's encouraging. That's kind of dark. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, full of sunshine and happy clowns and rainbows, and happy little elves dancing and singing. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. I love suffering. Okay, no. She's not like that, I swear. I will defend her until the end of time. Okay, anyways. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Daniel? No, it's not that. It's just that I was expecting to read a storybook about happy little elves. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. The inner mechanisms of her mind are an enigma. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Yeah, just ask Mad King Ashnard. That's Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, for those who are wondering what I'm talking about. Go find something about it, I don't know. It just made me think of that. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Or like Thanos from Avengers. That's one that everyone knows, right? I'm rambling, aren't I? Don't feel bad, Yuri. I mean, I'm the one rambling on about video games and superhero movies. And the villains who have their own philosophies. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Well, I'm kind of with you there. I'm sort of the same way. Not as bad as I used to, but still. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. But I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. I wish other people saw it like that. Other times they just think you're weird or whatever. Did I mention I kind of know a little bit about Yuri's route in this story? Well, you'll see what I mean. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Are you saying that it's like a bomb and if I open it right here, right now, everything's gonna go kablooey? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Yeah, why the sudden change? I got you. Let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's without waiting for her answer. Yeah. Okay, there's her answer. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like... This is literally me in high school. Except not a girl or anything, but... the personality, mostly. I'd apologize for everything, too. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Instead, she's checking me out. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... admiring the scenery. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yeah, that's kind of a problem if... Well, I can kind of see where she's coming from a bit, but... like I said, we'll get to that. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Oh, Yuri. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide to my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I'm a little afraid of intimacy, though. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Here. My Yuri, what a manly voice you have. Well, my voice is deep, so I can't really do a woman's voice all that well. My apologies if you expected better voice acting. Yes, here we go. One of my favorite CGs. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips over to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before, and now I'm really freaking out. It's actually kind of distracting me. I can feel my heart pounding. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I was just having a fantasy. Okay, no. You better not be fantasizing about her. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet, and time stops once again. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. Protect this smile. Protect the smile at all costs. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, sure. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her thumb, or to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You know, the whole Project Libitina thing. Okay, I'm not even going to bring that up again. I don't even know what's going on with that. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Okay, back to reality. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Daniel, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Jeez, what are you saying? Yuri.exe has stopped working. Okay, everyone. Huh? I think it's time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Saved by the Monica. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Just in time. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb, and totally breaking my thumb. Okay, no. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? To spend some more quality time with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes, I did. And like in that other universe, it's just 20 random words slapped together. Yeah. My relaxation ends. Darn it, Monica. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Oh, well. Okay, well. Let's see, let's go with Yuri first, because why not? Or actually, No, I have another idea. Let's start with Sayori first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem, Daniel. Okay, I think... Oops, well... Okay, I guess nothing important really happened there. Okay, let's go with Natsuki now. This ought to be something different. Yes? Daniel, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. Jeez, Natsuki. What? Harsh. Real harsh. And after I did so much to save you in another universe, too. What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Well, kind of. I mean, have you tried selecting words specifically for Yuri? Do you think I'm stupid? No. But I do think you're cute and grumpy. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? This is true. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Do you have it, Natsuki? Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Okay, and now we have Eagles Can Fly once again. Okay, I'm gonna go with Monica now. Okay, she read the poem. Great job, Daniel. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Or maybe it was more like, ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's really metaphorical. Yeah, especially because I talk about things like... Actually, I don't even remember anymore. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. You underestimate my power. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, I don't disappoint them when I fail majorly. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. After all, I'm just a beginner. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Which, you can actually take this and apply it to almost anything in life, really. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Let's see, okay. Okay, I guess we're down to Yuri now. Okay, this ought to be fun. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? You mean you actually liked my poem? Did I say that out loud? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Aww. He's going to hate me. Hello, I'm right here. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So... what kind of writing experience do you have? Nothing? Well, in his case, he probably has nothing. In my case, I actually used to be somewhat of a writer. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? I just randomly thought up of 20 words and threw them together. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yeah, I just got real lucky. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. It's like, how does this work? What is your secret? Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just, there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable... my tongue isn't working. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finishes her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Yeah, because she's in the zone. She's in her element. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are always different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Well, Natsuki really didn't, and I honestly didn't pay attention much to what Sayori and Monica said, and I don't remember what they said in the alternate universe. Okay. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, you're the expert here, Yuri. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Daniel. As the people on Twitch would say, he's in. Okay, no. This isn't the Twitch Pokemon Marathon. Me too. Okay, well, let's go ahead and skip on through. Okay, so now we're at the infamous argument. So last time I appealed to Natsuki, this time we're gonna appeal to Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. There's plenty of things I could say about this statement right here, but I'm not going to. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. In other words, she felt like you were kind of talking down on her. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Talking about Yuri's boobs and everything, and going all angry. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Well, Natsuki hates us now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Yeah, unfortunately my tongue isn't working right now. It's gonna be a running theme from here on out. Sigh. It's like, are you Lucy Loud now? Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, I don't, Yuri. Not even exit music could make me hate you, even though you were kind of evil in that universe. No, Yuri. How could anyone have not gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Daniel. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing, really. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said. Which one? I was kind of skipping through all that. About, you know. Oh yes. I would never do anything so shameful. So... Okay, actually, I'm kind of lost. Oh well. Huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Yes, please tell me. Even though I don't think you will. Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's time to skip the story now. Okay, well, here we go. Time for event number 2. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Oh, so it's like that now. You're cheating on me with another book. Yuri, how could you? I thought we had something special. Okay, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements, and she looks so graceful and beautiful. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Dare I say why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so... Oh, is that what they call it now these days? Okay, no. I really hope this isn't a euphemism for anything like that. I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. It's like, yeah, why are you getting so involved in my personal life? Okay, no. I'm just being dumb at this point. We're just filling the water pitcher. Great, after I made that euphemism comment, it's like... I don't want to turn everything into a euphemism. Ah, okay. It's like, we're just literally doing as I said. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Well, she shut you up. Or, do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Daniel in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Humph. No, I'm sorry. Humph. Okay, no, that's Natsuki's. Humph. Then let's go, Daniel. Let's get away from this rift raft. Sorry, Monica, I didn't mean to call you rift raft. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Especially when I called her rift raft. Yuri. Something about the way she said that. Well, to be fair, she was kind of meddling in our business. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. You're fine the way you are. No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. You told her off, and now she won't bother us again for the rest of the day. I can't guarantee the rest of the week or anything. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Exactly. This should be a judgment-free zone. Daniel. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because I love you. Okay, no. Don't do that in real life. You will probably just freak out the other person. Nothing you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. You know, we're all human. We can't exactly bottle up our emotions. Otherwise it kinda hurts you inside. Which I'm kinda guilty of myself. Mainly in my high school years. But you always amplify things in your head. And once you let the anxiety kind of take over, it just... As the saying goes, you make a mountain out of an anthill, that sort of thing. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Okay, apparently MC's gonna try to one-up me. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. Exactly, that's what makes us human. What kind of friend would do that? A very bad friend. And I speak from experience. Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Daniel, I really like you and I want to marry you and... Okay, no. Like I said, don't do that. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, let's go fill up that water pitcher. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.